I want to go to other news now, and the mushroom killer Erin Patterson has been back in court today, 6 weeks after being found guilty of murdering 3 relatives with beef Wellingtons containing those deadly death cap mushrooms. Relatives of the victims have been delivering impact statements today ahead of Patterson's sentencing. Here's some of what unfolded in court.
Simon Patterson, Miss Patterson's estranged husband and the son of Don and Gail, had his words read aloud in court, saying his children now live in an irreparably broken home with only a solo parent, and his children still struggle to comprehend what their mother has done. And almost everyone else knows their mother murdered their grandparents. The sole survivor, Ian Wilkinson, was the first to face her. His voice broke as he described his wife Heather as simply delightful, his love of 44 years. And in a remarkable moment also said he forgives her, hoping she'll use prison to become a better person.
Extraordinary stuff. Let's bring in Dr. Xanthe Mallett, who's a criminologist with the Central Queensland University. Good to talk to you again, Xanthe. When you start going through this process, because this has been such a sensational case and so many people have focused on the drama and the unusual circumstances involved, but in the end, it's just a reminder that the horrific nature of this crime, because this is someone killing relatives, and so there are other relatives who are left dealing with this, not children included, plus, of course, a former husband who realises that he's lucky to be alive.
Absolutely. Good evening, Chris. Yes, whenever something happens within a family, obviously it causes even more trauma. And we have an individual who's been found guilty of 3 murders within the family and an attempted 4th murder. And my heart goes out to them. And there were 27 witness impact statements read in court today. And so I think that really speaks to the breadth of harm that she has caused.
Tell us about this process of victim impact statements. It's varied around the states. It's a relatively new process, come on stream over recent decades, as I say, state by state. How do you think it can inform the judge? Surely the judge is aware of the details of the crimes and will have a sentence in mind anyway. How will he or she allow these statements to impact them?
It's an essential part of what is, in essence, a criminal justice system. So it's not focused on the victims. When they give evidence in court as witnesses, for example, they are there to represent the Crown, to help the Crown's case, generally speaking. So really, they don't have a voice. And this is one way of giving them their voice in the process. And it can be very difficult, very emotional for them, but it can be cathartic as well. And many victims do choose to read their own statements. Others will have somebody stand in and read for them. Some choose not to speak at all, but it is absolutely up to them, and it's their opportunity to look the person in the eye that's caused them the most harm and actually share their innermost feelings.
I think there's no doubt about what you say, that it can be cathartic for the victims. It gives them a say. Even the fact that it's all reported in the media, it helps put the context around the crime that they would like to see people focus on. But do you think, is there any evidence that it actually affects the severity of sentences and the like that the judges then hand down?
Not really. I mean, the judge will already have a sentence in mind and there will be guidelines. We are looking at 3 counts of murder, 1 count of attempted murder. So he's going to be fairly limited in what he can actually hand down. I am expecting a life sentence. So the question will be around parole, and he will take a number of mitigating factors, so things that may reduce that sentence, and aggravating factors into account. And the harm caused to family will be a factor he will be considering, but he is obviously totally across that already from listening to all the evidence that was heard in court.
Terrific analysis and insight, Xanthe. Thanks so much for joining us. That's Dr. Xanthe Mallett with the Central Queensland University.